Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are all having a great time waking up or whatever you're doing. Let's talk some stocks. We had a fun little Friday. I gotta say it was pretty decent. Pretty decent. There was a couple late day runners that were pretty good as well. One of them I want to talk to you about for later on. Um, Let's see, for Monday, I want to talk about a stock for Monday that I think is going to do pretty well. Uh, what's up, Night Owl? Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Jade Trader. How you guys doing? Good morning. I'll wait until everybody comes on in here. Let me get the welcome off of the YouTube there so you guys can see that as well. So, yeah, it was a fun Friday. Fun Friday. This one right here, this one was good. QURE. Boy, oh boy. I alerted that one on the Discord nice and early at about 14 bucks. And it ran to 14.25. Sorry, it ran to 24.25. Dyslexia just keeps on kicking in for me. I don't know why. So that was a good one in the during the day. It just kept creeping up, and I kept watching it. And I'm like, you know what? And right about here is where I decided to say, okay, all right, this thing's for real. This thing's not a fake out. So I alerted it right about here in this little area, and then it just decided to explode. And the reason it decided to explode is that there's some stupid shit going on. That's what I gotta say. It's stupid shit. It's a little stupid. Um, so we'll start off with that one. QURE. So QURE, 19 hours ago, there's well, first, let's say that there's an FDA reversal, which leaves investors worrying about the fates of other experimental medications. So that was posted about 23 hours ago, and that didn't include QUR. But what did include QURE was this that they're sued for securities law violations. Okay, now this is just a generic kind of it. They send this stuff out just to kind of you know get ahead of it and get people's attention. So what this says, it's a investors should contact the gross law firm before April 13th to discuss your rights on QURE. The allegations, the complaint alleged that during the class period, defendants issued materially false and or misleading statements or failed to disclose that the design of Unicure's pivotal study, including comparison of pivotal study results to Enroll HD external historical data. Why am I mean, I could just put it on the screen for you. You guys could read it, but I mean, I could just read this whole thing to you. The deadline is April 13th for this class action. Um, so technically, I mean, let me see one more thing here because I took some notes. Took some notes, did some work. So let's see here. How are you guys doing this morning? Why do we just jump into it like that, right? I mean, I gotta first like give high fives to everybody and say hello. And I mean, there's six of you in here. It's a Saturday morning. I'm competing with other very talented creators. So I understand where you guys are coming from. Hi, baby. Um, so their QURE is developing treatments for rare diseases like Huntington's disease. Um, The lawsuit saying that they misled investors, basically. Core allegations. I already told you guys that they allegedly downplayed regulatory risk. Said that the trial results were strong. The drug approval timeline was on track. Trying to go over stuff that I didn't already go over with you guys real quick. The lead plaintiff, one investor became the lead plaintiff and it represents the entire group of investors. Deadline applies April 13th. Told you guys that. So these types of filings are usually filed immediately after a big drop in price. Okay. They usually get settled years later, sometimes dismissed. So what I see this doing to traders like you and I, right? Everyday traders. What's up, guys? There we go. See, now there's a little bit more people coming in here. I'm slow rolling this right now. I don't know if you noticed. I'm kind of just going slow. Let's see. Look at you guys. You're piling in here little by little. That's good. So investors that bought between September 24th and October 31st are upset, and those are the ones that could join. And the deadline's April 13th. I said that already. So the lawsuit will not kill this stock. Just know that it actually rallied, as you guys can see, after that news came out. So it's basically it gets automatically sent out. It's nothing to worry about. Do I see this thing running more? It very well can, yeah. I mean, I was thinking this thing was going to go a lot farther than it did on Friday, but it's all right. Took profit and ran. My alert on the Discord for this little guy right here came out at 11:06 a.m. So that would be around, right roughly around the time I told you guys. And the entry was 1320 to 1360 on QURE. Take profits ran all the way to 1850, and then I believe I posted in the social with extended targets. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. There it is. So extended targets were about $25.80 to $31 on this sucker right here. But this isn't the one that I'm going to be talking about. There's one that I really want you guys to pay attention to. And because there isn't a whole bunch of people in here, I need you guys to hit that share button, because I'll only share what I want to talk about if you guys share the live. So right now we got 7 people in here. I don't know how many people. Hey, whoa, where'd my little thing for where'd my chat go here on YouTube? It disappeared. What is going on here? I don't know where my chat box went here. There it is. There's my chat box. Okay, cool. This will let me know if you guys are in here. What's up, Daddy-O? What's up, Daddy-O? How was that Sazerac? That rye? How was it? Thank you, Daddy-O. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate that. Look at that. Thank you. I got one person that shared the live. That's good. Yummy. Yeah, it did. It looked good. It looked good. I don't have any apple juice left. Daddy, I think you might like the stock that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. You know, I think you might like it. It could be a good little options play for you. Uh, Take a look at the the what the contracts are worth. But I think there's a good probability that's going to run pretty good. You guys have any tickers that you want to discuss? Let me know. I will go over what I can with you. Anybody on YouTube? Oh, hi there, buddy. Hey, hi, hi. Say dada. Good boy. All right, all four of you. You know, that's all we need is we just need four. That's it. We just need four viewers in here. That's all we need. The important people are here, right? All right. Well, I guess I'm not gonna postpone it. I'll just go ahead and start talking about it. So, because I see only one person decided to share the live, so that kind of, you know what? Maybe I'll just nah. You know what? Oh, ah, thank you. Ah, oh, there we go. There we go. We got Night Owl shared the live. Thank you. On my mama's in here now. All right, now we're starting to wake up a little bit. Now we're starting to wake up a little bit. Now there's 8 people. So, the one that I did want to talk to you guys about was it. It rhymes with hers. It's hymns. Am I sick? No, just allergies. That's it. It's a little windy today, so allergies are flying around. Being from California, you'd think like I would have worse allergies in California. Nope, worse allergies here in Vegas. That's right. So this is the one I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's hymns. I believe it can get up to about 29 bucks. It's at 22.40. Hymns just Hymns just had a little bit of like clarity. They're now able to, I don't know if you guys heard of the medication for weight loss, Ozempic. You guys hear about Ozempic? Yep. So they finally got done beating each other up. So it was it was hymns and it was what is it? Novo no God, why can't I find it real quick? Novo Nordisk. So yeah, NVO, there you go. So Novo Nordisk and Hims were having a little bit of a problem. Hims was selling the GLP-1, and Novo didn't like that because it bit into their market. It's a 100 billion plus market. Okay, it is a higher float, but honestly, I don't really think that matters too much on this one. It jumped about 39% in after hours. The news came out that Nova was going to allow them to sell their Medicaid. I'm trying not to piss off TikTok with the words I use. um, so the Wegovy, man, dang, so itchy. The Wegovy drug. Yeah, see, I said it. I was trying not to say it, but I said it. Medication. So GLP-1 is an obesity drug, and they're becoming the next mega pharma category, similar to statins in the 90s, antidepressants in the 2000s. Um, So the biggest players right now are Novo Disc and or Noro Disc and Eli Lilly, maker of Zepbound and Monjaro. So I'm gonna put in the Discord. I'm gonna put my exact price targets and what I'm expecting from it. But I think that this one could be a good one for Monday. The news that they decided to squash all that BS between each other. Um, Let me go back here because I got out of my screen. Hurry up. Come on now. That was put out 15 hours ago. That was put out 15 hours ago on HIMS and NVO. And see, 1 week ago, like we were talking about QURE, 1 week ago, they put out Law Office of Hayward G. Smith announces investigation of hims and hers health on behalf of investors. It's a it's something that comes out when the stock price drops and there's some fugazi stuff going on. But if we're talking about scalping, which there's certain creators that I kind of peek in on every now and then. They were kind of making fun of scalpers, which that's fine. If they don't understand how to do it, that's okay. No big deal. But if you scalp, you take profit. And like I've been telling you guys number of times, the biggest loser wins. You take your profits, you take your small profits, and you take your small losses. And if you can allow your runners to run, which means you average out of a position, then you will be able to catch things like this. Because let's say you were watching QURE, right? You were watching it all day. You may have gotten in here, got out over here. You took maybe, let's say you bought 100 shares, so you spent $1,000. You bought 100 shares of this thing, and over here you took about, oh, I don't know, 50% of your shares off the table. And over here you took another 30, right? But then it started turning around, so you just said, screw it, I'll just cut it. I'll take the rest of it out. And you made profit, you made good money. But you were still watching it because you thought it was interesting. Because it was interesting all day. It kept above the 5 minute, the 200 EMA, it stayed above it. If you were to switch it to a 30 EMA, here it is. Here's your 30-minute chart, your 200-day EMA. There you go. That's what it looks like. Okay, so the breakout was above the 200 EMA. But if you got in on that little run right off at the bat there on a 30, then you're watching. It broke through, broke out, boom, you made your profits. You got in again. Now you spend $1,100 to get in this thing. You bought 100 shares. You sold 50 right about here, so you made some money. You sold about 30 right around here. You sold the other at the very top if you get lucky. But that's not what we wait for. We don't wait for luck. We don't wait for the very tippity top. We wait for levels. If it hits a level, that's your key to size down. If it hit your take profit one, that's your level. That's your first sign of, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get out. Hey Diane, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate you. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna say, hey, my level hit. Okay, take some profit. You guys have been seeing me do that a lot more often on the live streams in the mornings. By the way, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Jrock. I go live Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is not financial advice. This is entertainment only, and I don't ever talk about crypto. So if anybody reaches out to you and tries to talk to you about crypto, and they say they're Jrock, which I just got to show you something. This is hilarious. So one of the people on the Discord yesterday showed me that somebody was impersonating me again, right? They were saying that they were Jrock. Well, I don't know how this is me or how they can get away with this kind of stuff. But yeah, look at this. This Finances Academy. Okay, sure, whatever. But they use my picture. They use Jrock, and does that even look like me? I mean, is that even close? I mean, literally, they're trying to take my people with dumb shit stuff like this. It's ridiculous. Anyways, my son decides to get loud when I go on lives. I think he has fun doing it. And my wife tries to calm him down real quick. Um, so yeah, so just want to make sure you guys understand. I don't talk crypto. These different creators that go and try to steal people's followers, they talk about that stuff. Is that your new profile? No. No, no, no. Not at all. I don't have a new profile. This is the only one I have. I have this one and I have YouTube. So again, if you guys know what you're looking at, you can look at a chart, you can look at the setup. If you're on my Discord, if you're on my watch list, you know that I put out targets for you guys. Those are levels. Those are the levels that I think it's going to hit. And if it's take profit one, that is your level to take most of your shares off the table. The rest of it is just like, hey, all right, it's working out. It's moving. That's great. Okay, let's take a little bit more off. Okay, it's moving. It's great. Let's move up our stop. Put it at our entry so we don't lose money. Okay, and just keep moving your stop up. That's how it works. All right, so hymns, these are levels. These are not targets, not yet at least. I'm gonna do a lot more research on this thing and see where I really think it could go on Monday. And the Discord, you will get my levels. But I'm giving you a freebie here because most of the people that are on here right now are pretty much in the group. So there's that. Tickers, you guys want to talk about? If you guys have anything, Stinky Pinky, you got anything, bud? Night Owl, Daddy-O, on my mama. Thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate you. Throw out some tickers if you want me to talk about them. Other than that, there's another one that was moving in the evening last night. That's ATRA. Here's one that just decided to run pretty good yesterday and then just peter out a little bit. It started trading sideways. Faked people out that it's going to crash right here. This is a 30-minute chart. So a lot of people did ask me yesterday on PRSO, how did I know? How did I know that it was going to keep going? Now it missed my top target. So this was my top target. It nailed that. But this was my target after that. I was saying all day from morning until this thing died, that it was going to hit $2.32. The Discord got it all day. It's going to go to $2.32. If you were on the Discord and you heard me say that, throw some fireballs in the chat. Alto, please. Well, Alto, if you recall, I talked about in the morning, I believe yesterday, not yesterday, the day before. I told you guys to keep an eye on ALTO. And Daddy-O decided to look at the, hey, thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, Night Owl. And good morning, Mitchell. And Daddy-O decided to look at some options on that thing, and it was a good move, right? Daddy-O. But so how did I know on PRSO that this thing was not done, that it wanted to keep moving? I kept watching the 30-minute chart on this thing. And look at what the 30-minute chart was doing. Look how beautifully it was doing it. What do you got here? You got higher highs and higher lows. Still 2 weeks to expire. Nice, dude. Nice. So there's what I was watching. And I kept calling out on the Discord. I kept calling out stuff like, let's see, where is it on PRSO? There's QURE. And I also alerted QURE, and it was a real quick move. All right, let's see. Here we go. So I was in and out of PRSO several times. And then PRSO taking a walk up. There you go. That was Gail. She decided to chime in there. Nice. Let's see. PRSO. We were talking about being lean and green. Then I got back into PRSO 172. I put out some. If you guys haven't yet, do look back. Do look back at the Discord. Scroll back up. Yesterday, I put out a few stocks that I thought were going to move related to the times, the things that are going on right now. So here you go. There's the PRSO alert right there. So PRSO 10:40 a.m. This is the ones that I've already shown you that hit. And then you have take profit 1, 2, and 3. They all hit. Then we have take profit 4, 5, and 6. I put those out there. I kept thinking it was going to get that 232, but it didn't. But there's the alert, just so you guys can see. So you see I'm not pulling your chain. All right. ALTO, $5 strike was $5 per contract. So can it continue upward? Let's go. ALTO, can it continue upward? Well, that's a beautiful looking chart. You got your stair steps up, stair steps up. The thing that killed this momentum right there was that it was Friday. That's what killed that momentum. That's it. I think it can continue to go up. Do, 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 do. Two days ago, they reported their fourth quarter and year end 2025 results right about here 2 days ago. So not bad. Decided to pre-pump, as you can see. They pre-pumped 219. Very nicely done. Can it continue the momentum over the weekend? Hey, what's up, Captain? I think it can. I think it can. I think if we were to, let's say, go back a little bit and check this thing out, what the levels are, I think you'll see. There we go. So there you go. Like as you can see, it's been there plenty of times. And look at these gaps it's got. So I think at least it can get to that gap right there. Minimum. Doing Manny tours today and saw that you were live. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, I threw it up on the Discord. Saturdays I like to go live just for a little bit, just to kind of talk about the week, see what headaches people had. Like, I mean, it's hard sometimes during the week, especially because you get busy and stuff, to talk about stocks and pain points, things that people have issues with or don't know how to overcome a loss or whatever. So I like to take the weekends to do that. I like to go over stocks we've played or stocks we've looked at. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I think is going to happen there, Daddy-O. So basically on Monday, if this thing can hold, and I think what might happen first is it'll take a dip. It'll take a little dip. Uh, when market when pre-market opens, it's going to spike up a little bit, probably up to about maybe 450, maybe 447, 450, something like that. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I think about maybe 447, 450. I mean, it could very well blow up. You know, this isn't like this isn't a squeeze. This isn't anything like that. This is standard operating procedure. When it closes into the weekend, it usually has problems because people are done trading early. Does it move? Sure, it moves, just doesn't move as much. It's like pre-market on recently, it's like pre-market on Mondays. It's the same thing in after hours. It just moves slower. It already ran pretty good, 53 cents there. You've got like a dollar there, so it's already extended a little bit. Do I think this thing's gonna go to $10 or anything like that? No, but I think it can get $5 stadio. So there's ALTO. Swinging it. I also have shares. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Just remember, do your thing. Do your what you've been doing is working, so keep doing it. All right, any other tickers? Whee! Any other tickers? No other tickers. Okay. Well, let's talk about some other stuff here. Oh, Hound says BBAI. BBAI, BBAI, BBAI. Look at this 5-minute chart. Let's see a 30-minute. What's it been doing? Boo. Yeah, sure. Sorry, my son was asking about his fish. Yo, Mitchell. That's so funny. Did you guys see this? This person right here, TikTok notifications 3080. Yeah, violation detected. End live to avoid suspension. Sure, buddy. Sure. Oh God. They're just getting so crafty these days. So there you go. All right, so let's talk BBAI. As you can see, I also marked some lower levels. And the reason I marked this lower level here is because if it breaks through this little red line, I'll probably get there. So about $4. You've got some support there. You've got a little bit of support above that at about 416. At about 416. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. All right. So about 416 is your first support. Then you've got your $4 support. If it breaks that, you're probably going to head down to about 367. All right, but on the way up, because it's above the 200 EMA, I like it. I like it right now. So about 424 is where it ended the day on Friday. Now, do I think it's going to go all the way up here? No, I don't. Okay. But I do think it has a good chance of hitting about 470. I think there's a good possibility there. Maybe 470. We'll go ahead and get rid of these right here. So 470 possibility Monday. If it breaks through that, your next target's obviously going to be $5, psychological level of resistance. So there's your BBAI right there. All right. All right. Mitchell says ZEO. ZEO. What's up, Mitchell? What are you doing, man? Hey, you know what I haven't seen from you, Mitchell? Hey, what's up, Cardinal? Cardinal's in here. What's up, dude? What? It's on top of the it's on top of the That's fine. Leave it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a 40% water change on your tank, so yeah, you can do it. We'll give him one more. Fatten that little guy up. Mitchell, are you still in here? I needs to have a word with you, sir. Cup video. LOL. Dude, how did you know? How did you know? I was gonna call you out for that. How did you know, you little sly dog, you? Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, you know it'd be great. You know it'd be great if you shared yourself instead of using it for coffee, use it for something else. You know? Oh, Mitchell, I love it. That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about ZEO. Let's see. Let's see what Mitchell's got us into now. Mitchell says ZEO. Give me some answers on ZEO. Ma. Yep. Yep. I think my son likes it. He said ma. Are you looking for a double bottom here or a floor? What are you looking for here? Because it looks like it's trying to build a floor. It's usually where it likes to sit. Look, there's 94 right here. So I'll put a little line there. That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh man. Anyways, so 94 cents is roughly your floor. All right. That's looking at a 30-minute chart. Are you looking for swing play, Mitchell, or are you looking for scalp? What are we looking for? All right. Yeah, I bought in at 98 for swing play. All right. See, I kind of had a feeling you were thinking swing. So that's why I was dropping down to a 4-hour chart because this is really what I want to see. I want to see the 4-hour chart because I want to see what its capabilities are. And if I do a 1-day chart, the 1-day chart will not show me what happens in pre-market or after hours. So go to a 4-hour chart and then you can see the lowest on this thing isn't that 95, 94 spot. It's actually lower than that. It's about in the 80s here. 87 cents, 84, 87. So right now, your support is about 94 cents. That's your support. Hopefully it does not come down to that. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. There isn't a whole lot of room for error on this one because it doesn't really move all that drastically. If you look, let's say on this day here, this 4-hour candle, it went from 153, 128. So give you about, give or take 30 cents. Like, share. Thank you, Cardinal. Yes, remind them to like, share, and go to jrockstocks.com. This one here, this was a nice little move. It went from, what was that, 161 to 229. That's a decent move. You got a gap at 175, 180. Cool. ZEO Energy, huh? ZEO Energy. Let's go. ZEO. ZEO. All right, 2 weeks ago, ZEO Energy signs MOU with Creekstone Energy to develop 280 megawatt of baseload power for Utah AI data center. So, if you're a part of the Discord, hey, what's up, Omar Big on YouTube? What's up, man? If you guys are on the Discord, then you know I've been talking about data centers. I've been talking about AI, infrastructure. Those are the companies right now that I think you guys should be paying attention to. If you haven't searched for them, I suggest you do so. So just in that thought alone, Mitchell might be onto a decent one here. Doesn't move a whole lot, but when it does move, it does move, you know? And it's got that nice gap at 157. If you get in somewhere around that 90, then you're up, 60 cents if it can fill that gap. And if you notice on my screen, there's multiple purple lines. Those multiple purple lines are gaps. They are gaps. What's up, man? Um, so let's take a look at where I think it can go from about that 97 cents. Well, you got some resistance at right around 109. That's your 200 EMA. Consider that like your secondary volume weighted average price. Algos sit there. Algos sit around the volume weighted average price and the 200 EMA. Okay? They will either push your stock up or dump your stock on you. This is what we look for when we're looking for a good setup on a stock. Now, with everything being, kind of fugazi right now with Iran and not knowing if China's gonna wake up and do something, you know, that it's a possibility, right? Sorry, my kid was holding my hand. I couldn't do anything. All right. So 145 there. You've got 143 there. Possibilities here within the next week or so, probably about 150 to about, I'd say to about $2. 170, 150, I could see that happening. I wouldn't be too, I just bought it on Friday. That's awesome, man. Good job. Thanks for freaking shouting that out, Mitchell. Thanks. Oh man, I may or may not have put that on the in the watch list blog. I can't remember. Over the week I look at so many stocks for you guys. It's ridiculous. My brain gets a little fried by Saturday. So that's why this is a good decompression kind of thing for me to do on weekends, is kind of just go over it again. But Mitchell, you got a gap at $3 as well. All the way at $3. That's a long way away. But if this thing pumps news, I mean that news about that 250 megawatt or 280 megawatt of baseload power for Utah AI data center, that was 2 weeks ago. Um, I would I would be very surprised if they don't put something out with the narrative that Caroline Levitt put out with what Trump said in his tech meetings. I mean, guys, what he was talking about was AI data centers. He was talking about infrastructures. He was talking about companies that need to build AI data centers. Well, those companies, you got to start looking for those. You got to start looking for companies that have something to do with that. That's my opinion right there. This is my 2 cents, Mitchell. I like the 330s. Yeah, you do like the 330s. That's cool, and I will love for that to happen for you. I mean, this thing does have a good history of holding holding a run for a little while, right? This is a 4-hour chart, so don't get twisted. 4 hours, you see all these dark spots, those are days, and the gray out spots, those are your pre-market and after hours. So it does have a history of holding a good little run. Right now, let's do this. Let's see what we're looking at here. Because right now I think it's in consolidation. It's in consolidation after a downtrend. In consolidation after a downtrend. It's real quick. Let's go to this one here. So this is your daily. And Mitchell, if you're swinging for the fences, buddy, why not just think it's going to go to 10? $10. You got a big gap on the daily. I've only seen the daily gaps work out so many times, not that often. And that is a far cry from where it's at right now. It's in a consistent downtrend. It pops up every now and then, but when it does pop up, and it's been in this situation before, it's been nice and low, 120s. 120s, it popped up. These are days, by the way. These are days. This is a day chart. This isn't what's up, Cree? This is not a hour chart or anything like that. But look right here. These are days. Each one of these bars is a day. So here it popped up. This day it popped up 153. It ran to 269. Okay. Right here, big old jump, right? A split or something. I don't know. But it gapped up, big gap right there. Went to, what was this? 261, 345, 368 right here. Traded, consolidated there, and then big old dump. Let's see something. Big old dump. So this is how I would look at it. So right over here, I would put a little line and I would take it. I would take it all the way over here. So there's your trend line, right? So you know when it gets up to somewhere in here, right around this trend line, and it's a good spot. I'm not saying this is not a bad spot. All right. You have a good opportunity to get at least 60 cents on this one within the next couple days. Now they push some news, then your possibility of it going to $3 is actually really good. And really good in a scalper's world. In my world, really good would be about maybe 45 to 55% possibility that this thing gets up to $3. Just depending on what they pump out here with the next couple days. Do you guys see any meetings, a conference, something like that? Let's see, what does this say here? All right, let's do this. I got one more thing I'm gonna do here. Let's see. Hey, Mitchell sent the confetti. Thanks, man. On it. Okay. Okay. Da, 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 da. Headlines. Sorry, I'm reading. That's why I'm quiet. I'm just trying to gather some thoughts here. Oh, this is a good song, huh? You guys like it? Oh man, look at this. Saturday morning. I don't know about you guys. I'm usually pretty toast. I'm trying to muster up some energy. Still got to go play catch with the kid before his game. Yes. Well, that's okay. I would be careful with ZO. So the company is authorized to issue up to 400 million common shares. They still have a lot of room to dilute, so be very careful. Of course, Cardinal, I will take a look at those here in just a second. Duh, 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 duh. So this is a solar micro cap. Do I still think it can get up to 150 and maybe even $3? Yes, I do. With ZEO. I do. I do. But you guys got to be patient. You got to wait for some sort of news, an update on, that project. Um so in all reality, what I think for the upcoming days. Oh, hey, look at that. There's a good gap right there. 194, 195. 194, 195 on a day chart. That's actually a pretty good sign because that's not like tremendously out of the way like the other one was. So this is actually a good sign too, because algorithms like to spike these things up. They like to trap longs and trap shorts. Yep. So your first target on this, Mitchell, I think honestly, with what I'm looking at here, I think your first target's going to be pretty good. If you were if you're waiting for, like, let's say a week, I think maybe 130, 170. I think 130, 170 would be pretty solid move. Extended if there's any kind of catalyst coming in, and I mean anything at this point. Hey, Cardinal, thanks for the boxing glove. Appreciate you. I would, I'd wait and see if it can get that $2, 240 maybe. $3 is a little far fetched, but I mean, it does have a daily gap right here at 196. So it's there. All right, now let me take a look at ONDS. I'm in with 5,000 shares. All right, that's 5,000 reasons to pay a lot of attention to that one. All right, so ONDS. Learned this one a little bit ago too. Um, as you can see, it hit the first target, that little line there. Go to this. What are you doing? You talking? All right, ONDS. So it did take a hit just in the last couple of minutes of or in the last minute of after hours yesterday. As you guys can see, it is having trouble getting. Hey, can you move into the other room? It's a little distracting. Blah, 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 blah. Jack, go get the hat. There's a hat over there. Go get it. Thank you. All right. So ONDS on Friday. So this is Friday right here. ONDS took a major dump. First it ran nicely and then it took a major dump. It hit that first take profit right here, that little blue line. What's up, David Zavala? Hit that little blue line there. That was your first take profit. Then it decided to move to 1161. Cool. If you guys followed the alerts, then you would have seen that. Man, the kid does not want me to do a live. He's losing it. But ONDS, obviously, this one's been pumping here and there quite a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back. Notice where it hits all the time is pretty much where it's at right now. Okay. I'd be careful if it drops below 950. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cancel. I don't want to. I don't want to alert. Yes, quit. I'd be careful if it drops below 950. That's what I'd pay attention to. So there's your little line. Right now it's at 985. If it drops below 950, then you've got a ways to go. There is a gap. Gaps don't get chased only one direction. Gaps get chased both directions. So we'll put that, make that red. So if it breaks 950, you could be in some deep trouble. All right, but if it comes up and it breaks through this little 200 EMA here, which is quite a ways away, it's about 50 cents away. So let's call the first problem. First problem is going to be 10 bucks, obviously. Psychological level of resistance, it's 15 cents above where you're at right now, so no big deal. Can it go through that? Sure. But as you can see, that little red line is going to give you grief because support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, vice versa. If it can break through 10 bucks, you've got 1036. If it breaks through 1036, you'll have 1087. That's where I think it's going to go. I think it might tap. I think it might tap 965-ish and then come up. That's ONDS. The other one was Poet, Poet. Poet. Very, very interesting chart on a 30-minute here on Poet. Currently, where it's sitting is, let's put a little line. So currently where it's sitting, as you can see, resistance, 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 broke through a little bit, consolidated, and then dropped right back down. And when it dropped hard. Again, now, this is what I think algorithms like to do. This is what algorithms like to do. This is exactly it. So they'll go ahead and they'll trap the longs, and then they'll dump them, and then trap the shorts, and then it'll blow up. So as you see, that little red line really matters to this stock here on a 30-minute because it uses its support resistance quite a bit. When it does break over the red line, it goes for a good little run. You've got solid resistance here at $7.35. You're sitting at 633 right now. If it breaks down further, which it doesn't really like to break too far below the red line, as you can see. This is different right here. Something else was going on right here. Solid downtrend. Now it's consolidated and turned into a bullish trend. So I don't think it's going to drop down much more. I think maybe if anything, you'll find some support right about $6, 650, 615. So this is your support right here. That's your support, 615. Then right here, you're at right now, you're about 633. If it can break through the little red line at 655, then I think you might have $7 again. If it breaks through that $7, then I think you might have something even bigger. 745, solid resistance because it was solid support. Do I see any gaps? Any gaps up here? Nope, no gaps. So yeah, I think you're pretty good there. I think you're pretty good there, Cardinal. Let's see, DPRO. Oh, DPRO, huh? Dragonfly. Oh boy. Look at that gap. Man, wouldn't that be great? That would be awesome to come back to that, right? That would be awesome. 777, lucky sevens. Only problem with it is the downtrend. It's the only problem is this thing's in a downtrend for the past little while here, right? Downtrend here. So if you were to look at this on the big picture, you're looking at lower highs and lower lows. There's another gap right here on a on a 1 hour chart when it at 8:55. Look at the 4 hour chart and tell me what you see. You see downtrend, 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 recovery, back to bullish, and then back to downtrend. So you've got a little bit of an issue, right? Major thing to look at on this one, I would say, is you got uptrend here, uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Everything looks good. Obviously, breakout to 1485 and then downtrend. A little bit of an uptrend, back to downtrend, and consistent downtrend. This is going, if you were just, make it easy on yourselves. If you were just to draw yourself a little line from whatever right there, carry that little line. Look at downtrend. So if it breaks the 200 EMA, that's 777. Awesome. Your solid area of resistance is going to be that $7, obviously. There's your $7 right there. Look, right here. Solid area of resistance, $7. You're sitting at 664. If this thing breaks below $6, I mean, shoot, even 641, 624, 624. Yep, 624. So if it breaks through that 624, that right there would be bad for you. So break 624, I'd consider it okay. Just relax, get out, do your thing. If it breaks above 7, you're solid. This thing could run. That's DPRO, long-winded. MOBX. All right, I'm gonna have to get off here. We've been on for an hour and 2 minutes, but let's go over MOBX. MOBX, remember, munitions, munitions, munitions. If you're talking about munitions, if you're talking about what Caroline Leavitt said, if you're talking about what Trump said, what's in the news, what's in the headlines, obviously, if you think about it, we're wasting Tomahawk missiles and things like that on Iran. So you guys don't realize this, but it takes a while. And if you read what I put on the Watch This blog about munitions and Tomahawk missiles and how long it takes for them to be made, we were sitting on 4,000 Tomahawk missiles. That was our inventory of Tomahawk missiles. And then now we've got, they're not being made as fast as you would like. So Trump says, hey, we need to bust up. We need to, he signed an executive order for more companies to make munitions. And he's talking about like, Tomahawk missiles. He's talking about the smaller stuff too. Drones are huge. Drones are an issue. Hound drones are literally what he wants to increase production on because he sees the possibilities of them. Now, funny thing is Iran was sitting on a huge stockpile of those, you know. So, do I think MOBX is going to blow up here in the next couple of days? No, but I think it's going to hold its own. I don't think it's going to come back down to the red line. The good thing about it is it is a small company. It is 84 million shares on the float. It's done great volume, so that's cool. All right. So again, guys, you've got the lines. The lines are there. When the lines are there and it's a stock that's moving currently, the lines stay on the screen. Hey, chill. Hey, chill. Relax. He looked at me. Oh man. It will come a quarter of the way back down. Maybe even halfway back down. That's how I talk to the kid. He's not going to be a little softy, okay? He's a cutie, he's sweet, he's great, but sometimes you got to give him the stern voice. So the damn world isn't as soft as it is. You know, we got to turn this shit around, guys. Our kids are little wusses. We got to turn it around. You got to talk to them with a firm voice. You know, my wife's taught me you don't have to just spank. So you got to talk to them with a good firm voice. But if they require a spank, they require a spank. Right? Right? Yeah, blah 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 blah. All right, guys. As you guys can see, he wants me to go. He wants me to play. Yeah, blah 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 blah. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me on this Saturday morning. Go enjoy your families. Go have fun. If it's cold where you're at, here it's let's see. Looks like it's going to be a high of 68. My watch now says. Um, if it's going to be cold, then stay thawed and stay warm. Go enjoy the weather and give your families a hug and squeeze and enjoy your weekend. And I will see you guys frickin' Monday. All right. Don't forget to go to jrockstocks.com. This is where it's all at, you know. And always, always, always remember that I appreciate you guys. Okay, I do. I'm also on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Okay, there it is. Thank you for your support. You guys have a great weekend. Peace out. YouTube, Omar, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for supporting the YouTube channel. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys Monday.